I thought I'd take out the Mini 3 Pro today for a little flight. "17 years ago today, I was in a rehab center getting detoxed from alcoholism. I got sick and tired of doing the same shit over and over again. I was like living in Groundhog Day. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that movie. Good watch. But the main character wakes up every day with the same shit over and over again. Sonny and Cher playing in the background on his alarm clock. And his life didn't change until he actually started thinking outside of himself. Good recovery movie, actually. But I remember on a daily basis, I would be like, tomorrow I am not going to drink. And sure enough, my car would figure out where the liquor store was. And so I would have to do a drink since my car brought me there. So I'd get some beers, vodka, gin and rum, like Long Island iced teas. Made them myself because they were too expensive and way too weak when I'd go to a restaurant. So my drinking, I was a functioning alcoholic, and then it started to progress. To the point I was just drinking to feel normal. So I remember my last drink, I'd quit my job because I thought they weren't treating me fairly. It wasn't until after I got sober that I realized that I was not doing my job very well, and that's why they were treating me poorly. Nevertheless, I quit, and I decided I was going to go to drink my sorrows away. So I went to like 4 or 5 different liquor stores and got the little orange juice and 3 bottles of the vodka that you get in the on an airline. And so I went to one store, drank it, then I went to another store because I didn't want the guys to think I had a drinking problem. So I'd go to a different store, did the same thing, and that was like at 3 or 4 different stores. Then I got to a literal fork in the road as I was driving. Shouldn't have been driving though. I had a moment of clarity, is what we call it in recovery, and I thought to myself, I can keep going along doing this same stuff over and over again and have the potential of losing my wife, my kids, my freedom, or I can try something different. I just didn't know what the different thing was. So by trade, I'm a marriage and family therapist, and I went to school with somebody who worked at a rehabilitation center. So I made a call to them, and I didn't know, after knowing this person for a very long time, that they were also in recovery. And basically got 12-step that night. For those of you who don't know, it's part of the recovery process or program of Alcoholics Anonymous. where you share your experience, strength, and hope with another suffering alcoholic. And I was motivated, and this person was able to get me a place in the rehab center the following day. So I had an appointment like at 11 o'clock. Told my wife, of course, that I was going to go in, and she was happy. I didn't realize that she knew I had a problem. That's a joke. Of course she knew. So I went in. Well, I waited. I had to wait until 11 o'clock came around, and I was antsy because I wanted to, it was about time for me to start drinking at that point. So I went to a casino instead and played some slots for about an hour. I lost. But I got ready and I went at 11. And they took me in and suggested that I do the inpatient detox, and then what they call the partial program, and then the intensive outpatient program. So I was done drinking, and I was going to do whatever they asked me to do or whatever they suggested, because I obviously didn't know how to stop, and these people have had experience in helping people. So I did whatever they said, and I ended up doing the program. And then not only that, but I went into a sober living for 51 days. That was the best decision I ever made. And so, there are people out there that are, suffering and don't think that they have time to get sober. But I could tell you, it's a drop in the bucket. I would do it all over again. And I got to see not only the consequences of my drinking, but the consequences of my sobriety on my children. Specifically, my oldest one, he was 6 when I got sober. He's now 23. He acted out quite a bit right before I got sober. We thought he had ADD. He still might a little bit, but I think it was me not being there emotionally or really physically made him unhappy, and so he couldn't just say to me at 6 years old, "Hey Dad, I think you have a drinking problem." So he would act out instead, and we'd take him to doctors and try to figure out all sorts of shit, what was going on with him. As my sobriety progressed, his behavior began to dissipate, lo and behold. When we were in when I went into the recovery program, they had us. They had a children's program for the kids of the alcoholic or the addict. To draw a picture of what their experience is with their parent who's an alcoholic. And my son drew a picture of me on the couch with several cans next to me, passed out. And and here I was thinking, oh, my drinking isn't affecting my child. Of course, that's denial. So I decided to get sober, and that was my part of my journey. If you want to hear more, let me know in the comments.